Now we are stop here. We are in a Giza plateau. As you can see here, all in ancient time, all these places is a desert. As you can see, many of the mountain for a sand found there. In ancient times, they chose this place to be preserved their body, to be using it to be returned back to another life. And now we are in front of the Great Pyramid. As you can see, it's considered one of the 7 wonders in ancient time and up till now. As its height now 137 meters. The real height of it 149.4. As you can see now, it loses about 12.5 meters from its top. During the time, we have about 9 AD, a large earthquake here found in Egypt. During the time for one who called Al Ma'mun. And you can see here in the middle of it, you can see there, you can see here in the middle of it, you can see the opening one. It is the entrance in ancient time. During this large earthquake, many of these stones falling down. We close it. During the time for Ma'mun, about 9 AD, he made another one. We can see there the crowd of many of the people there. It is the entrance. Led to the descending corridor to a horizontal one, to ascending corridor to the burial chamber now. And we found inside this burial chamber only body for the sarcophagus. It's a height now 1 meter. No oxygen inside and don't see anything, only body for the sarcophagus. And you can see the angle of the pyramid here, it's about 52 degrees. It's an angle for any building to be falling down, to be still forever. And they don't using any material between each block and each other. To be preserving it, to be collecting all the air by pressure and by its weight. Its block, its weight varies between 2 ton to 15 ton, which is inside the pyramid. All the pyramid made by limestone. Limestone collecting from 2 places here in Egypt. The Muqattam Hill, found here in Cairo, in front of the citadel, in Salah Salim Road. And the second place, it's called Silsila Mountain, found in the north of Aswan. And now you can see the second one, which belonged to King Khafre. This one, you can see all of it. It's made by limestone, and at the top you can see it's mixed between limestone and some of red ashlar granite. It's crashed it together to make a material to preserve its height. And now its height 136 meters. The real height of it 137 meters. It loses 1 meter only from the outer casing, because in ancient time during the 9 AD, during the large earthquake, all the outer casing for the 3 pyramids it's falling down. So we return back to the great one. Its height now 137 meters, and the height of all the pyramids is 149.4. It is the same distance between the earth and the sky. How do you know it? In ancient time, up till now, anyone don't know. And it loses about 12.5 meters from its real height. And now, this great pyramid take about 20 years to build it. So during this 20 years, many of the people they are died. So they built many of these tombs there, which belong to the relative for the kings and also the builder and the assistant of him. This one, all of them, it's made by limestone to be under his control, and also they consider this king after his death as the god, so worshipped him in another life. So they must be buried beside him to come to the paradise without any account. Now you can see the pyramid together, or to be closer to us. As you can see now, each block varies between 2 ton to 15 ton. And when we be closer to touch it, you can see between each stone and each other, you don't find any material to link each other together. And in the middle here, you can see the entrance in the middle takes the pyramid shape. And when we come here, now you can see in the middle here, it is a pyramid shape. It is a place to be as an entrance in ancient time. Before they have the earthquake, this is a real entrance. And after the earthquake, they made this hole. It is an entrance now. you can see each block here, it's a weight varies between 2 ton to 15 ton, and between each stone and each other you don't find any material, as you can see some of the gap between them. This is the old Great Pyramid. As you can see, we are now closer to it. So it took about 1 year to build it. Each block here, many of it falling down over the builder for the assistant for the king. So they built there, here in the right hand side, the tombs or necropolis for the relative for the king and the builder for this pyramid. They are the relative to be under his control and return back to another life after his death and come to the paradise without any account after he accounts them, and also to be worshipped him and also to be as a servant in another life. Now we are going to riding a camel. As you can see, now we are in a view panorama, so you can see some of the camel here to be riding. Yeah, I send it for you, don't worry. Now you can riding a camel here.
Which camel? Nice to meet you. قريب منك اللحمة النهارده إن شاء الله. Take your time.
Hold and lean back, please, when he come up.
Hold here, brother.
Lean back.
Ah. ساعة؟ ماشي.
15 minutes. 15 دقيقة يا جودة. And now we are in a view panorama. It is a high mountain by a sand, so you can see we can riding a camel or a horse here, and calis also, or a carriage, and you can see it's a view panorama. As you can see here, the three pyramids beside each other. So now you can see the three pyramids beside each other, and also behind it you can see a three subsidiary pyramid. This is a view panorama. It is a high mountain by sand. So you can see here the three pyramids together in the same photo. You can see here the second one. It's belonging to King Khafre. It's closer to us, so you can see it's very higher than the great one. But in the left hand side here you can see the Great Pyramid. Its height now 137 meters, and the second one for King Khafre, as you can see this one, the second one, it belongs to King Khafre. This one, its height now 136 meters, and the famous of it, it is the top. It's a mix between the material by limestone and some of it ashlar granite. And now you can see the third one, which belongs to King Menkaure. Menkaure, he has built his pyramid, all of it made by limestone, and the outer casing by red granite and grey granite. And you can see the three subsidiary pyramids for the queens, his mother, his wife, and his daughter. All these complex which belong to the three kings during the fourth dynasty, and all of them it's made by limestone and the rest by outer casing by fine tura limestone, except the third one belong to King Khafre, and all of it is made by limestone and rest by red granite and grey granite. And you can see now the closer one or the higher one, it's the second one now, because it is closer to us, and all of it made by limestone over a mountain, so it's closer to us, so you can see it's very big one. But up till now the great one, it is the greatest one. It's 137 meters, which belong to King Khufu. The second one 136, which belong to King Khafre, and the third one for King Menkaure. And please make a like and subscribe to show everything for you. Now you can see the three pyramids, subsidiary pyramid which belong to the queens, and the third pyramid. And now you can see the second one which belong to King Khafre, and behind it you can see the great pyramid for King Kheops. The light shows to be made every day by 7 p.m. to make a mini spot for the three pyramid here and the Sphinx, and narrated how they built the three pyramid and the Sphinx. And now you can see the Sphinx in front of us. It is a recombinant lion, and also it is a mix between the power of the lion and the wisdom for the king. And in front of us now, here in the left hand side, you can see this is a valley temple, and you can see the deeper place here. It is the river Nile. So they named this temple by the valley temple. So you can see some of the remain of the water here by the rain. So they named this temple by valley temple, as you see now. And you can see some of the green plant up till now grow, and also you can see the meaning of the mud here for the river Nile. Now we are in the valley temple. As you can see, all the walls made by granite, and you can see we are now in the antechamber. This antechamber, it is the first room here, or the chamber for this temple. All of it, the wall made by granite, the core of this temple made by limestone, and the floor, as you see now, it's made by alabaster. This is the alabaster in the floor. And you can see here in the middle, you can see small pit. This small pit here, we found inside it the statue for King Khafre, and now it housed inside the Egyptian Museum. This one. And now we are going to see the T-shaped hall. This T-shaped hall takes the T letter, as you see now. Okay, and now you can see here 23 small pit here inside the T-shaped hall, as you can see, to be housed inside. Each one of these pit to be housed inside it the statue for King Khafre. Each one to be referred for one of the organ, except the two organ to be repeated accounted by one statue only, as the two lung by one statue, the two eye by one statue, etc. Okay, and you can see there the temple here. From the core, it's made by limestone, and the outer casing and the inner casing by red granite.